I invite you to take a breath at your own pace. I'll do the same. You're always welcome. If exhales want to be made with sound or sighs, sounds are welcome. You're always welcome to do that. So now that we are here, I'm curious how you're doing just in this moment that we've arrived.
Doing well. Comfortable.
Cool. Well, there's a game that we can play if you're open to it, which is simply an exchange of saying, I notice, and we would go back and forth. And we can begin with sensations in our bodies. And so I'll model it. I'm just gonna, when I close my eyes, it helps me to check in with what's going on in my body. So that's why you'll notice I'm doing that. All right, I'm noticing my mouth is dry right now. Your turn, and we'll go back and forth.
I'm noticing it's very warm. My body is adjusting to the AC that I just turned on.
Cool. Okay, we'll take a turn. I'm noticing a desire to sort of adjust so my lower back is more comfy. So I guess I would call that some strain. That now feels a little better.
I'm noticing a dull pain in my left shoulder from sleeping on it wrong the other night on the couch.
So we'll do this one more round. I'm noticing this part of my body, I would call my upper shoulders, is this whole unit, holding in such a way that my breath wants to be shallow. So it's sort of like a holding right now. And your turn.
I'm noticing that the carpet my feet are on is very soft and nice to have my feet on.
Thank you. So, well, try this noticing again. And I noticed my hand went straight to my heart because the next version of this is related to feelings, like nuances of feeling. And once again, we'll go back and forth, and it might just feel like I only have one, but we'll go back and forth a few times just to see if there's something even more there or something else to observe. So I'll try it first. I notice a sense of excitement.
I notice a sense of calm.
I noticed as soon as I spoke of the excitement, a loving feeling entered in.
I noticed as soon as you mentioned excitement, I also got excited, but didn't want to repeat what you said.
I notice, and this will be my last one, kind of a revved up feeling, like a bull pawing the ground. Like, let's get in there and do this thing, So it's like I think it's part of excitement, but it's maybe more intense.
I'm noticing a feeling of feeling good about myself, about trying something new.
Thank you. So this noticing activity we just did, you're welcome to bring it through, sort of thread it through at any time during our time together. If you're having a body sensation, it could just be curious, like, my left finger feels cold. Interesting. Just make note of it. And same thing goes with feelings at any time.
Okay.
So what we'll try next, and always feel at ease to move and adjust. Whether it's I needed to adjust the camera, or it's just like my arms want to be up like this. Any time, if stretching is what's wanted, breathing, stretching, being, all of that welcome at every moment throughout our time together. And I will remember that too for myself. We are not statues, right? We can just be us. So what we're transitioning now into is an activity that I call body and breath. And it's this chance to deepen into both of those things. And so the first thing I wanted to ask you is, does your body, as you check in with yourself, is it craving stillness and quiet? Or is it actually wanting movement, or a lot of movement, like it doesn't want to be held in any particular spot, or maybe some combo? Where do you feel like your body is if you were sort of the mouthpiece to represent, advocate for what the body wants?
I think it does want a sort of stillness, but like a comfortable stillness.
Terrific. And that can always change moment to moment. But what I'd like to try, and let's see if your body likes it. If at any time you or your body are like, what's next? I want to move on. Please feel free. What's next? What else you got?
Okay.
Cool. And so what we might try is I'll mention different body parts from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. And as I mention those body parts, you would put attention on that body part, and you could ask it, hey, do you feel like moving? Do you feel like finding comfort? Like you mentioned your feet have something soft nearby. Maybe when I mention toes and feet, you'll want to like squish up whatever's soft down there. And so with that idea of stillness or comfort, whatever that body part is calling for, your attention will go there, and you'll ask that question sort of mentally. Beginning with your toes and your arches and your ankles. Being obedient to what these parts are wanting. And transitioning now to the calves and the knees. Being really respectful of what they want. Comfort, stillness, movement. Tension now moves to the upper legs and the sit muscles and pelvis. Stillness, comfort, ease. And I might even add the word gratitude, sending some tender, loving care to these places. Now to join the experience is the trunk of the body.
There's a weird sensation in my lower back on the right that it's not exactly pain, but it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like, oh, now it's fading. But it was like a pay attention kind of thing. I don't know. That was weird.
I love it. If it has more to say, the floor is open for that part of your body to speak up. Whether it's in movement or a communication to you or something you want to share. I'm very curious. Thank you for sharing. And so keeping in mind that part sort of wanted a little something, a little like enjoyed that intention or just wanted to be known, we'll bring in the trunk. So the side body, and the chest, and the belly, the whole back of the body. And then everything on the inside of the trunk. Some really, really important places, organs, and a lot of business happening in there. Your ribs and lungs and digestive system. So take a moment here as you ask these parts what they want and need. And as you kindly respond, obey, send some TLC. Great, I'm so glad you adjusted. Please, I'm going to keep doing that too. Attention now moves along to the shoulders, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, hands. Kindness and compassion. A deep listening to these parts. Beautiful. Gratitude. Now the neck gets involved. You're always welcome to make contact with these parts through touch. I've noticed, my hand went to my neck, and that's how I wanted to send some comfort there. Attention goes to the jaw and the whole head, including cheeks, mouth, throat, the whole talking mechanism. You can allow especially the jaw to be slack, peaceful, easy. Forehead, temples, scalp, eyelids, hair, And for the next minute or two, I invite you to be with your body in stillness or in movement, rather than going body part by body part as we did. Now it can be more freeform. Perhaps I feel like being seaweed in the sea and just sort of moving things around a little bit. Perhaps there's staccato movements that want to happen, sort of angular movements or muscles I want to contract, or perhaps it's just stillness. I'll be quiet as you sink into that experience. And if you'd like, just as a question to ask your body is there anything that wants to be stretched? Does any part want some favorite stretch that you do, and you don't need to stay in any particular position? It can be seated, lying down, standing up, any of it. It's all on the table. And stillness is absolutely one. And for the next few moments, there's going to be a transition from eyes closed to like a gentle shift. The eyes might blink open and just really give yourself time, because it will be a different experience from the interior world to vision. Not necessarily from one to the other, but including vision. I'll say it that way. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm feeling so much more relaxed.
Yeah, me too. This is nice.
So what I'd love to offer, if you'd like, is a breathing activity. I have a few of them, and perhaps you'd like to just pick one.
Sure.
I'll describe a few, and let's see which one grabs your attention. The first one I call Affirmative Breathing, and together we will come up with a statement that just sounds positive, a statement about you. And in the inhales, you would think that statement and just hold it in yourself. And in the exhales, you would think that statement. So it's just a few breaths, just kind words to say in your own thoughts about yourself with breath. The other option is 4-7-8 breathing, which is a count of 4. Inhale, in, a hold for 7, and an out for 8. There's a few rounds of that. Another option is a minute of you just noticing your own breath, and I'm just quiet and you just do that. In and out. Final option is an activity called Breathe With Me, where together one of us will breathe and denote the breathing with their hands, and the other will try to copy the breath of the other. So it's a shared breathing activity. of all those options, those 4 different things, any of them call out to you?
First one.
All right, terrific. So some of the statements, to give you an example, could include, I appreciate all that I do, or I'm becoming more and more relaxed, or I am a good man, or my mind is peaceful. So you've probably got the flavor, right? Do any of those particularly sound good? Or is there one that you have in your own mind that you'd like to craft together or that you already know?
A little bit of both. So I'm appreciative of everything that I do. I'm a good man. And in my head, I was thinking I'm extraordinary.
Okay. So if we were to mix appreciation and being a good or extraordinary and the man piece, does a statement come to mind?
Can it be a long one?
Yeah, it can be 2 of them or a long one. So let's just figure it out together.
Something like, I appreciate the good person that I am. What do you think?
Yeah. So imagine that you might take an inhale and think, I'm appreciating the good person that I am. Did you say person? Is man more powerful or person more powerful for you?
Yeah, let's do man.
Okay, so right now I'm appreciating the good man that I am.
I'm appreciating the good man that I am.
Okay, and then curious, just so I understand, like if either of these has any more strength to it, I appreciate the good man that I am, or I am appreciating the good man that I am.
I appreciate the good man that I am. Okay. I'm appreciating the good man that I am. I like the second one.
You got it. That's one we were doing. All right. You are welcome to close your eyes again. And begin thinking that thought at a pace that feels enjoyable for you. And so it's like a round, it's like a chant. And we're not saying it out loud. It's in your own mind. But please know that once we start this activity, I'm going to be holding it with you. I'm going to be thinking, if this is okay with you, I'm appreciating the good man that you are. I see a smile. Sounds great. And so I'll be quiet while you circulate that thought for a few moments, and I'll join you in the quiet with that. All right. And so to bring breath into it, in a moment, what I'll do is I'll welcome you to inhale for the count of 3, as if your appreciation is like the oxygen you're bringing in. So the thought as you inhale, I'm appreciating the good man that I am. And then there'll be a hold, quiet. And in that quiet, while you're holding your breath, that thought comes through again. I'm appreciating the good man that I am. And then the exhale, as the air leaves, as you are, sort of allowing that to be out into the world, I'm appreciating the good man that I am with that exhale. All right. Go ahead and exhale the air in your body, priming that thought. Go ahead and inhale 2, 3, and hold. And out, 2, 3, and hold. And in, 2, 3, and hold. And out, 2, 3, and hold. And in, 2, 3, and hold. And out, 2, 3, and hold. And now at your own pace, please continue. And then gently allow this activity to rest in the next few moments at your own pace. First of all, you're welcome to just soak it in. Just have your eyes closed and just be with all of that. Breath at your own pace. And then just as before, the sweetest, most gentle transition as the eyes begin to flutter, knowing that you are wholeheartedly invited to stay present with that feeling, with your awareness of what's going on inside your feelings and your body sensations. And to also open up your vision. And you can look around the room. Beautiful. And you can bring sort of the screen and me in whenever you're ready. If ever you're ready. All right. And so if you'd like, we can chat about that. If there's anything that you'd care to share, if there's something that's very awake in you that wants to be acknowledged or talked about, we can just move on to the next thing. What's your pleasure?
I like both of those things combined because I feel more in my body than I felt in a long time, and I'm often in my head. So it's cool being here, being present, and being aware of all of my body parts and my body as a whole. And then also kind of enveloping that feeling with appreciation, with like the sensation of appreciating presently, and then still being in the world right now, but also keeping all of that kind of flowing is new, and I like it.
I'm really grateful you shared that with me. When I heard you say that, I noticed a tear like in my in the corner of my eye. I just felt really touched to hear that. So if you'd like to try it, what we can try next is called the mirror game. The way the mirror game can work is that one of us would lead some movement. And that can include movement of the face, hands, upper body, the parts that we can see. If you move your toe, I won't see it. And the other person attempts to follow. And so it's not a game like, let me try to double fake. It's a game of possibly if somebody were watching that they wouldn't be able to tell who was leading and who was following. Are you open to trying that with me?
Mm-hmm.
The method behind this, the purpose behind this, in case the intellectual part of you wants to know, is there is something that goes on when we are seen that creates some chemical adjustments in the body that create a sense of comfort and belonging. So we're sort of using that. So would you like to follow or be the lead?
I want to do both. I don't know.
What would you like to do first then? Would you like to lead first?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to sit up for this.
Okay, me too.
Okay. So more room. Okay. If I'm remembering right, you're leading. Yes. Okay. All right. And with that, we will complete the turn. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, feel free to shake it off. Feel free to sort of wiggle it off. That game is over. That game is done.
Game's done.
That game is done. Thank you. All right. Feel free to comment, or we just move right along.
Let's move on.
I like the facial part. I had a feeling, because we have begun to know each other, that if I started to do things with my face, that could be a really interesting exploration.
I liked that too. I liked that it felt like, so yeah, let's talk about it. Because when I did it, I was just doing whatever I wanted to do, and also what I wanted to see you do. And then also it felt good to see you doing exactly what I was doing. But by the end of it, I was like, well, we did everything. So when you did more things, it was fun. And then, whenever there was one thing that you did. There was one thing whenever you did this, and then I realized that your hands were actually right by your face, and I didn't realize that because my hands are out here. And so then we put them up there, and I was like, oh, they're right there.
3 dimensions.
And then, yeah. And then there was one more thing you did. Oh, the blinking. Because the blinking was so, I liked, because it made me realize that while we were mimicking each other, that was a thing I hadn't paid attention to. We might have blinked on our own that whole time until I was noticing that your blinking was for me. Yeah. It was fun to match that.
Thank you. So what comes next might be what you might think is, oh, the cuddling part. You're a professional cuddler, cuddling. Where's that, right? So what I wanted to offer is for you to adjust your position, thinking about the idea of cuddling. So perhaps the way you could think about it is, if I were to cuddle myself, if I were to just get into a position that feels cuddly, what might that position be? And then we'll spend a minute or so like making it the most cozy version of it. And so of course I want to have you thinking about what position your body wants to be, while also adding to it like, and Jean is here, so sort of with me around, with me to witness, right? And so take a moment and ask your body and see what emerges. And I'd like to open the palette in terms of like, well, what are the paints, that we can play with? What are the crayons we can play with? It could be lying on your back. It could be lying on your side. It could be curled up in a little ball. It could be slumped over. It could be reaching back. It could be standing. So really all options. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it okay if I also get cozy in the same way?
Absolutely.
In a similar way? Okay, thank you. I'm going to do some similar stuff.
Let me see if I can adjust the camera.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, actually, I'm going to have to get up and turn off the AC for a sec.
It's perfect. Is it getting cold?
No, I just don't want to. It's getting cool. It's getting comfortable. I just don't want to keep running it when I don't need it.
Okay. So now, as you're beginning to find this spot, I love what you're doing, and I'd love for you to keep doing it, which is micro adjustments. Like, my earbud needs an adjustment so it feels comfortable in my ear and I hear what I need to hear. Tune into your back, to your arms, to your shoulders, your head, your whole body. And is there anything that would make this position even more comfortable, delicious, restful, enjoyable? And so I'll just be quiet as you consider that and make those any micro adjustments. And always feel at ease to make sounds, to breathe, to deepen. And so what comes next is imagination. It's an experiment with imagination. There are 3 options, and you're welcome to close your eyes as you listen. I had the sense that would be more enjoyable. So you can respond with your eyes closed. You don't have to provide me eye contact, or you don't need to make sure I know you're listening. I will ask this question as your eyes are closed. If you were to fall asleep before this hour was over, would you prefer to stay asleep and just have a nap? Or would you want me to gently wake you up because you don't want to miss anything?
The latter.
Okay, so you want to be conscious. You got it. So here are a couple options for this imagination experiment. If you'd like, you can go back into your memory and think about cuddling experiences you've had in the past. And we can do a guided experience where I can help you to remember and really bring forward those specific memories of a really good moment of cuddling from your past. And that could include who you were with and what it felt like and how emotions and physical sensations. So that would be a memory option. That's option number 1.
Real quick, my left shoulder is like twitching like crazy, but it's comfortable. It's just like moving.
It's like, is it talking to you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you like to spend some moment and just like hear what it has to say?
Sure.
All right, I'm just going to be quiet.
It stopped.
Well, sending you greetings, shoulder twitch. Thank you for mentioning it. Please continue to do that.
It stopped. That's crazy.
Is there any more for you in that? Like, is there anything else you'd like to say or express about what just happened?
Sure. It feels like I expected it to hurt, and it was just kind of like a happy, look, I'm not hurting kind of feeling.
That's great. Look at me! Look at me! I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's really special. As you can maybe tell from my oh my God, I feel happy hearing that.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So if there's more of that, please let me know, because that might be where we're going to spend some quality time is right there. So you just let me know and I'll stop. So besides the memory option, you can also use your imagination to imagine that your professional cuddler, me, that I am actually with you there. So I would guide that, and together we'd figure out, oh, well, okay, he's on his side. Maybe I would be behind him doing a big spoon, or maybe I'd be caressing his hair. So that would be the second imagination option, is that I'm with you there on the couch, and we would play with how to, using words, using your own imagination, make that more real. And then a third option is how I might be with you, that there might be a way I can be with you, but from where I am right here. In that I'm not pretending in any way to be with you physically present. I'm where I am, you're where you are, and yet I'm holding space for you. I'm with
I like
you.
option number one.
All right, you got it. So you might have had many experiences relating to cuddling, good ones. And I'm going to invite you to just allow them to emerge, different memories, different moments. Like you're seeing a film with snippets, images coming forward. And in the next few moments, I'm going to invite you to just simply choose one, knowing that you can come back to this activity at another time. It's just picking one particular one. And
I got it.
oh, fantastic, great. Keeping in mind, you can always adjust your position, your breath, all of it. I'm going to invite you in your mind's eye to imagine that you are there. And so it's okay that you know where you are, you're on your couch, you're at your place, but also to take a portion of your mental attention to envision as if you're in this memory, this time and place that was so enjoyable. And so we'll begin is settling into this memory and what your body position is. Maybe it's this very position, or maybe it's something else. So you get to decide. Where is your body in space?
I got it.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to transition now to other sensations of touch. That could be the temperature in the room or the place where you are. And I'll give you sort of a list of them. So I'll pause as you consider it, and you can just move on. You can consider what you were wearing and what the other person was wearing. And I'm going to start using the present tense as if it's right now what they are wearing.
Am I talking or just considering?
No, you can just listen. If you'd like, if you're open to it, from this point forward, I can just make suggestions and pause, and you just dive really deep. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, enjoy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so imagining the position of the other person, whoever else is there, the textures, fabrics, anything related to touch that you can bring to the moment. Attention now goes to your sense of taste. Perhaps it's neutral. Perhaps there is a taste. And so take a moment to notice. Maybe it's appreciate. Attention now goes to your sense of smell. There might be subtle sort of essence of things to be aware of related to your sense of smell. could be body, the air, the particularly unique space that you find yourself in. And bringing attention to what in your mind's eye that you see. Textures, patterns, shadow and light. Allow your mind to be there and present. Maybe eyes were closed and are closed. Maybe you're taking in something very beautiful and visual. Now it's time to notice what you're hearing. Perhaps it was quite quiet. Perhaps it was a person's voice. And bringing in the dimension of feeling. Maybe the emotions were neutral, or are neutral. Maybe they're quite specific. Being with what is. And in the next few quiet moments, allowing yourself to completely enjoy being here now.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
I'm feeling a sense of sadness creeping in about the present moment.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't remember how long it's been since I had a feeling and the sensations that I'm remembering and experiencing right now. And I also don't know how long it will be until I get to do it again. And that's making me a little sad.
Thank you. If
Like
you're
this moment,
Yeah.
sorry.
What were you going to say?
The moment, the memory is great, and it was great until like just before I mentioned it, just kind of had this turn of like, yeah, just kind of sadness.
Thank you for being honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make a gentle, very, very kind transition. As you shift attention, once again, knowing you can continue to return to, if you liked this activity, you can try it again and again. But a different state. And so, in order to make that transition, I'm going to welcome you to become aware of your fingers and your toes, just noticing that they exist. Maybe making the tiniest little micro movements. Allow it to be comforting and enjoyable. And just as we've done before, eventually the fluttering of the eyelashes. Taking your time.
Feeling sad again because I don't want to leave this memory, but I also do want to know what's next.
Thank you. All right, so before you take leave of it, I'm wondering if there is some way in which that you can, this might take a moment for us to figure it out, but I'm going to call it tether, that you might in a way bring it with you, like to place it in your heart so that you're not separating from it, but actually you're taking it with you, taking it into what's next. So it lives.
I'll try.
Okay, let's see what happens. Perhaps it's taking it into the heart, perhaps it's keeping it and like having it be part of your whole body. This is an experiment, so let's see what happens. No effort needed, but I'm guessing what we're hoping for is this idea of being able to take what's good here and keep it with you. Although sadness, you're perfectly welcome to feel. That's my question, is there a way to bring what's good and keep it? So let me just be quiet. Yeah, tell me more. Tell me what you got.
Also, my back was just twitching as I was trying to figure out how to tether that and like let it go and keep it at the same time. Mm-hmm. I think it's possible because I still like feel that feeling, and I have like a flash, like an instant of the whole picture and all the sensations that I feel like I can sort of float back into, but quickly if I need to. Like I'm still a little bit there, but a little bit here.
Well done. Wow. So it sounds like your awareness is in two places right now. A little bit there, a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel like a sustainable, like something where it's something that you would want to keep, like into the rest of your afternoon and evening?
Maybe, because the sadness sucks, and now I'm getting another sadness of like missing this person, like the connection. So that, no, I don't want to carry it. I want to like respect it and kind of put that to bed somehow, unless I need to carry it around all day, but I don't think I want to.
Thank you. What the experiment we're part of right now, which is doing a memory activity, this right here, what we're doing right now and what you're navigating is the risk of it. So thank you, for explaining in such detail what's going on for you. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, this is an experiment, if I might make I'm not going to do it, but if I might make a sharp sound like a snapping sound, or you might even make a sharp sound like a clapping sound, or that might in a way say, okay, that part disperses. It's like a message. Part? The part you don't need.
Okay.
Part about missing somebody when maybe that doesn't need to be part of your evening or afternoon. This idea of I want to keep what's good, all the yummy, and yet like do a gesture or a sound that just says the other part that I don't need, disperse. I'm saying goodbye. And in this sort of like a ritual. I don't know what other word to use. Would you like to try that, or do you have another idea that might be even better?
I like that. I'm down to try it.
Okay. Would you like for me to make the sound or you to make the sound?
I would like you to make it, but I think I know what I want, the sound I want you to make.
Okay, I'm ready.
Just like snapping your fingers a few times, kind of like at a poetry reading.
All right, got it. All right, you ready? I'm going to do it like 5 times.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to work. I don't think it's gone, but I think it's going to work.
All right. So, question, would it be helpful, because it is time for us to be beginning to make a shift to what's next, to sit up, to sort of move it around a little bit? I can do more of that sound, or do you want to be still and let's try this a little bit, a few more times?
Can you make the sound a little bit more while I like kind of move to something that isn't this?
Absolutely. So as you were, like, do your things with your body. I'm going to be adjusting my body as well, and I'll be making that sound.
Oh, I don't hear you anymore.
Interesting.
Oh, now I do.
Cool.
Yeah, there it is.
So we're seated, and I welcome you to sort of get comfortable, move around. That activity has shifted. I'm just going to move a little bit myself, so I invite you to do whatever you'd like to do as we make a shift. All right. Yeah. Shaking it up. I'm going to have a drink as well.
That looks like a gigantic glass of water. It's like a bucket.
It's new.
It's nice.
Thank you. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to put the whole system here on pillows. There. All righty. Hello. What happens next is that we're going to spend a few minutes transitioning to our last few minutes together. So what's happening next is how, sort of a question, what might help you feel complete? What would help you put a button on this experience where you feel like, all right, I was deep into an experience, and then I want to also have a wonderful rest of my afternoon and evening. What would it take? And I have plenty of ideas, but I want to just first ask you, because you're in your own body, you know what's going on in terms of what you might need.
I have two ideas.
Okay.
One idea I wish I would have had a second ago.
Okay.
Because I feel like I want to mark in the same way that this is an attempt to let the bad stuff slide away. I kind of wish we had, or maybe still could, mark the good stuff to bring that back.
All right.
Does that make sense?
It does. So tell me more, because I think you might be able to guide it, and I will be just basically holding space while you do it.
Yeah. I don't think, well, maybe I should. I'm going to lay back down for just a sec and see if anything pops up.
All right.
And I'm going to try to get back in there real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like this. I don't know if you can see me. Oh, you can.
I can.
I just have my arm like on my stomach.
And does that gesture help you to hold it?
I think so. I think. Maybe more. No, this is it.
What are you doing?
I have my can you see me?
No, but that's okay. You can just describe it.
Okay, I have my elbow like on my stomach, and then my arm all the way up to my my neck, my chest. My hand is resting on my neck and my chest, but it's like kind of touching the other person's hand as well.
Beautiful.
And it feels good. I kind of want to like spend a sec to mark the moment with this.
You got it.
That also kind of served as like maybe it's kind of, I'm gonna set up like an on-off switch, because that also kind of, this is where my arm was like that. It also kind of lets me like give it a squeeze and be like, all right, thank you. Like,
nice.
I'll summon you again if I need you.
Love it.
Yeah, and it feels good, and then get rid of the sad. The other thing I was thinking is as a button for you and me.
Yeah.
And this is my idea, but I'm also interested in yours.
Mm-hmm.
Is to do sort of like the matching or mimicking exercise, but something with like a self-care or a self like kind of like element to it at the same time as sending that same thing to each other. Kind of like a self-hug, but it can be something more specific for
Sounds great.
us as well. Does that make sense?
So if we were to try it out, let me see if I understand it. I feel like saying something to you and also gesturing. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to know that this time spent with you has been really special for me. I'm appreciating your openness to try something new and to allow me to participate in such a personal journey. It seemed really personal to me. And the gesture that I would love for both of us to do, if you're comfortable with it, is basically a squeeze here. And so what I'd love to do is sort of like, I'm doing it to me as if I'm doing it to you, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want. Like, yeah, something that's like for me and for you, and also on your side for me and for you.
That's how. So it sounds like you're consenting. So I'm squeezing. I'm using my fingers to really squeeze a little bit with some firmness.
Mm-hmm. Same.
It's sort of like a tight hug.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel it. So that's what I've got. Would you like to add anything or do something different?
No, that's kind of cool. Maybe like a pulsing,
like a
squeeze. Not like a squeezing.
Yeah. Yes.
Like a squishing.
Squish. I'm squishing. I'm using my finger muscles to squish.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too tight.
No, that's good.
I really there's something that makes me want to hold it firmly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm finding myself wanting to get more gentle, and to begin to turn it into a sweet caress, like just very gentle and slow. And then my arms are feeling like falling to my lap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was real nice.
Thank you. Any final words before we say goodbye?
I really appreciate that. There was a lot of things that I have not experienced before, and I'm excited to have them in my utility belt to access whenever I want or need them to just kind of feel good. Thank you.